Hi and salam sejahtera. Welcome to my channel, Learn Malay Language and Culture. In today's lesson, we are going to learn on how to pronounce time in Malay. Time is very important in our life, and in Malay, there is one idiom saying that time is gold or masa itu emas. But as for me, time is way more valuable than just a gold because we can never actually buy a time. Time is a very important resource in our life, and we should utilize our time by doing beneficial things for ourselves and towards others. Now, let us start our lesson. If you want to pronounce times in Malay, we need to know numbers at least from 1 to 100. Kindly visit video lesson number 6 on how to count from 1 to 100 in Malay. There are few important words and terms that we must understand in order for us to discuss about time. First and foremost, the time itself in Malay, we can say masa or waktu. Masa or waktu. The second word is hour. In Malay, we pronounce it as jam. Jam. For minute, the pronunciation is the same, but we only change the spelling. Minute. Minute. And 4 o'clock, in Malay, we pronounce it as pukul. Pukul. Note that pukul has two meanings. The first definition of pukul is to hit. To hit. And the second definition, pukul is actually an adverb used to indicate times. In English, the word o'clock is used at the end of the time defined, but in Malay, the word pukul is used at the beginning of the time defined. For example, 9 o'clock in Malay, we pronounce as pukul 9. Pukul 9. Pukul means the adverb to indicate time, and 9 means 9. Pukul 9, 9 o'clock. In order for us to state the period of time, we will also use the word from and until, or in Malay, it is dari and sehingga. Dari means from and sehingga means until. For example, from 9 a.m. until 10 a.m. in Malay, we say dari pukul 9 sehingga pukul 10. Next, we will learn on the definition of morning, afternoon, evening, night, and midnight in Malay. Morning or pagi in Malay is starting from 1 a.m. until 11:59 a.m. In Malay, we say dari pukul 1 pagi sehingga pukul 11:59 pagi. For afternoon, the time is starting from 12 p.m. until 1:59 p.m. or in Malay, we say dari pukul 12 tengah hari sehingga pukul 1:59 tengah hari. Tengah hari means afternoon. Evening or petang in Malay is starting from 2 p.m. until 6:59 p.m. or in Malay, we say dari pukul 2 petang sehingga pukul 6:59 petang. For night or malam is starting from 7 p.m. until 11:59 p.m. Or in Malay, we say dari pukul 7 malam sehingga pukul 11:59 malam. And last but not least, for midnight or tengah malam, tengah means middle, and malam means night, is starting from 12 a.m. until 12:59 a.m. Or in Malay, we say dari pukul 12 tengah malam sehingga pukul 12:59 tengah malam. Finish with the definition of morning, afternoon, evening, night, and midnight, or pagi, tengah hari, petang, malam, and tengah malam. Now let us learn on how to answer to the question of what time is it now? In Malay, to ask what time is it now, we can say sekarang pukul berapa? Sekarang pukul berapa? Sekarang means now, pukul means o'clock, or in this context means time, and berapa means how much. So, sekarang pukul berapa means what time is it now? To answer to this question, we can reply by saying, the time now is something something. Or in Malay, we can say, sekarang pukul sekian-sekian. To say 9 a.m. in Malay, we can simply say, pukul 9 pagi. Pukul 9 pagi. If the second person who asked us the questions about what time is it now know that it is morning, then you can omit the word morning or pagi and simply reply by saying pukul 9. Pukul 9 or 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. For 9:05 a.m. in Malay, you can say pukul 9:05. Pukul 9:05. In this answer, the word morning or pagi is omitted simply because it will become too long if we say pukul 9:05 pagi. Next, we have two ways to pronounce 9:15 a.m. in Malay. The first one is we can say pukul 9:15. Pukul 9:15. Pukul 9:15 is the shortened version of the answer simply because we omit the word minute and also the word morning or pagi. Pukul 9:15 or in English it is 9:15 o'clock. The second way to pronounce 9:15 a.m. is by saying pukul 9 suku. Pukul 9 suku. Suku means a quarter in Malay. In this case, we cannot reply by saying pukul 9 suku minit because the word minute or quarter is not referring to the minute, but it is referring to an hour. A quarter of an hour is 15 minutes. Next, we also have two ways to pronounce 9:30 a.m. in Malay. The first one is by saying pukul 9:30. Pukul 9:30. And the second one, you can answer the question by saying pukul 9:30. Pukul 9:30. Setengah means half. Half. In this context, the word setengah is referring to the half of an hour, which is 30 minutes. For 9:45 a.m., we can say pukul 9:45. Pukul 9:45. For the last example, to pronounce 10 a.m. in Malay, we can say pukul 10 pagi. Pukul 10 pagi. That is all the example on how to pronounce times in Malay. If you love this video, kindly click on the like button, subscribe to this channel, and kindly share the link with your friends. On our next lesson, we are going to learn on how to pronounce and express emotions and feelings in Malay. With that, thank you for watching this video. See you next time. Terima kasih.